This is Donnell D'Angelo with Small Biz Spotlight, and we're in Kansas City, Kansas, with Jeron Slater, owner of Holy Smoke Restaurant. And so we're excited to learn about the story of Holy Smoke and really get Jeron's take. First of all, welcome, Jeron, and thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it. So tell me how the Holy Smoke restaurant came about and how long you've been in business.
We've been in business for about 3 years. We've been in our brick and mortar for a year
Okay.
and a couple of months. We started off at home, me and my wife, started off at home making food at the house and selling it. And then from there, we had a lot of friends and family
Cool.
was letting us know that we should start selling food, open up a business. So from there, we had got a special smoker made with our menu.
Okay.
Came up with a menu, and then start going out doing pop-up events. It's always been a family origin event. Me, my wife, and kids, and my mom. And then from there, we found the brick and mortar, and we went from there.
Moving on from there, that's awesome. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
On what you're doing, you and your wife and family. It sounds like a wonderful journey. So tell me, what's been great about it so far for you all? What's been most rewarding, would you say?
I think the most rewarding was myself. I'm a people person, so I like to see the smiles on everyone's faces.
Sure.
Especially when they taste your food, and then they come back with the compliments on how good this is,
Okay.
on how good this is, and then also just the community.
Love it.
Giving barbecue to the community the way we was taught as kids, is the way I was taught as kids from my father and them.
Okay.
Basically how to start the fire, and then also not to use chemicals when you're cooking.
Right.
And basically, I call it keeping the flame alive. So that's one of the
Okay.
things that I thrive on as far as keeping the flame alive.
I love
And
it.
right now, I'm trying to keep everything alive. Me and my wife, we work day and night. Barbecuing is a hard business to be in.
Okay.
I can't just put the meat on the grill and then it's done, like a hamburger or tacos or something.
Sure.
It takes a lot of love and passion. Barbecue is art, so you have to love it.
Absolutely. No, I love that. I love that real take on that. And that's really kind of leading to that next question. Like, what do you find to be, or what have you found to be maybe the greatest challenge with it? I mean, like you said, I definitely understand about it being difficult and hard, but let's talk about that a little bit.
The hardest challenge in barbecue business is staying consistent,
Okay.
because you have to, like I talked to my staff about it, my other pit masters. The way I started off, you have to keep it the same way, and that goes in the consistency of seasoning your meat. And a lot of other people know about tiger coating. A lot of people tend to tiger coat meat, but when you do it the right way, you don't want a tiger coat. Tiger coat is basically like a tiger stripes.
Okay.
That meat is going to look like a tiger stripes. It's going to be on a little bit here, a little bit there. So you got to know the proper way on how to season meat. That's one thing I stress to my guys all the time about seasoning the meat the proper way, the same way. So,
Got it.
but that consistency as far as the meat,
Yes.
the flavor is going to be there. It's
Yeah.
just you have to be consistent with anything that you season. So that's one of the hardest parts.
Yes.
Consistency. Anybody can throw wood or throw coals inside of a grill and say, "Hey, I cooked this."
Yes.
And then when you bite in certain parts of the meat, it's like, I taste it here, but I don't taste it here. But if you season it the same way every day and stay consistent, you're going to bring the customers back, and that's just like a steak.
Yes.
If you season the steak the same way,
Yes.
it's going to have that flavor across the whole steak instead of half of the steak. So
Right.
that's my biggest key.
Oh my goodness, you bring up some wonderful topics around there, around standardization,
So you're right.
consistency,
Yep.
and really having your staff be on the same page with understanding that, and ultimately about your customer. I mean, you mentioned something that I think a lot of businesses can oftentimes miss. I mean, they can kind of focus on their operations, but thinking about that customer and thinking about that end product, like we were talking about.
Correct.
I mean, that's great to hear.
Yeah, the food going to sell itself. I mean, we're all in business to make money.
Sure.
But you can, if that consistency is on point,
Yes.
flavors is on point,
Yes.
somebody can tell somebody like, "Hey man, that food was good." It ain't all about just the bread and butter. I want to
Right.
bring them back. I want them hooked.
Right.
So
Oh, that
that's
is
the key.
awesome. That is awesome. I really, again, appreciate you bringing that forward. I think that's good for a lot of businesses to know about. So when I think about that, let's talk about just what you would say to that small business owner coming into this foray. I mean, no matter what their product or service might be, what would be some advice you would offer up?
Every day I wake up, every morning I go to sleep,
Yes.
I look at myself when I take my shirt off and I see that Holy Smoke sign on my shirt. I'm gonna tell you that even the key to it.
Yes.
Every day I take that shirt off and I hop out the shower
Mm-hmm.
and I go into my bedroom, I instantly smell barbecue.
Right. I bet you do.
Instantly, because it's
Yes.
like I'm hopping into a fresh shower to hop out a
Sure.
fresh shower to go back, and I'm like, I still smell barbecue. So I tell myself every morning
Yeah.
and every night, dedication, motivation.
Yes. I
Those
love
two
that.
things right there, if you're dedicated to what you love to do and stay motivated, you gotta know
Yes.
how to motivate yourself. So
Yes.
dedication, motivation,
Yes.
and
Awesome.
consistency. Those three things: dedication, motivation, and stay consistent. Because
Yeah.
you gotta stay consistent to stay dedicated, and you gotta stay dedicated to be motivated. So
Yep.
I roll with them three, and the Lord keeps pushing me, So
Wow. Absolutely.
and watch what you eat. You gotta eat healthy, plenty of fluids, plenty of fruits and vegetables. Stay away from all the sugar. You will have all the energy. I work 12 hours. Sometimes I don't work 24 hours.
Right.
And still wake up in the morning and can do it again from the good Lord. So dedication, motivation, stay consistent.
That is
Holy
awesome.
Smoke Barbecue.
Absolutely. You've heard it first. Mr. Jeron Slater, Holy Smoke Restaurant. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much
much, sir.
for your time.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Wishing you much, much success.
Thank you.